In a moment that could have been lifted straight from a royal drama, Johnson Manford, a figure known within royal circles, reportedly told Prince Harry, "You're not my prince," while Prince William was making a more congenial appearance on The Graham Norton Show. This stark declaration underscores a deepening rift within the royal family, spotlighting the controversial figure of Meghan Markle, whose influence has seemingly shifted public and personal allegiances away from her husband, Harry, and towards the more traditionally favored Prince William. From the outset of her relationship with Prince Harry, Meghan Markle has been a lightning rod for controversy. Her background as an American actress with a penchant for social activism clashed with the state expectations of the British monarchy. Her tenure within the royal family was marked by what many perceive as a series of calculated moves to reshape the monarchy's image, often at the expense of its traditional ethos. This was evident in her and Harry's decision to step back from their royal duties, a move interpreted by critics not as a pursuit of privacy but as an escape to capitalize on their celebrity status in the US, away from the constraints of royal protocol. Meghan's public persona has been one of contradiction. On one hand, she was lauded for her efforts in championing diversity and mental health, but on the other, her actions were seen as self-serving. Her involvement in the Together Cookbook project or her advocacy for women's rights could be seen as genuine philanthropy. However, her approach often seemed to prioritize media attention. For instance, her legal battle with the British tabloids over a private letter was not just about privacy, it was viewed by some as a strategic move to manage her narrative, starkly contrasting with the royal tradition of enduring public scrutiny with dignity. The narrative of Meghan as a divisive force was further etched into public consciousness through her interactions with the media. Her and Harry's Oprah interview, where they aired grievances against the royal family, including allegations of racism, was groundbreaking but also painted Meghan as an agitator. The lack of immediate rebuttal or apology from the royal family only fueled the perception of her as a disruptor. Critics argue that this interview was less about truth-telling and more about setting up a narrative that would benefit their post-royal ventures, especially in Hollywood where public sympathy translates to financial gain. Moreover, Meghan's public image was lampooned in shows like South Park's The Worldwide Privacy Tour, which satirized their demand for privacy against their high-profile media engagements. This depiction resonated with those who felt Meghan and Harry were contradictory in their public versus private life demands. Similarly, HBO's The Prince exaggerated her influence over Harry, portraying her as the puppet master behind his every move, further solidifying her controversial status. The controversy around Meghan also extended to her relationship with the British public. While she was initially celebrated for bringing a fresh, modern perspective to the monarchy, her actions were soon interpreted by some as a lack of respect for British traditions. Her decision not to bring her son, Archie, to the UK for significant royal events was seen by some as a snub, highlighting her detachment from the royal family's collective responsibilities. Her influence on Prince Harry has been another focal point of contention. Once seen as the fun prince, Harry's transformation into a more serious and, some say, more contentious figure has been largely attributed to Meghan. The couple's move to California, their commercial deals with Netflix and Spotify, and Harry's memoir Spare, which was critical of his family, have been interpreted as signs of a shift from royal duty to personal branding, with Meghan at the helm. This narrative was particularly highlighted when Harry appeared to be less engaged with royal duties, focusing instead on projects that critics argue were more about personal gain than public service. The stark contrast between the public reception of William at The Graham Norton Show and the reported snub of Harry by Manford illustrates this divide. William, seen as the embodiment of royal duty, was warmly welcomed, reflecting the public's preference for a prince who adheres to the monarchy's traditional roles. Meanwhile, Harry's embrace of a life outside the royal spotlight, influenced heavily by Meghan, has not only distanced him from his royal obligations but also from the affections of those who hold the monarchy dear. In this light, Johnson Manford's statement to Harry isn't just a personal slight but a public declaration of where loyalties lie in this era of royal transformation. Meghan Markle, through her actions and influence, has become the symbol of this contentious shift, perceived by some as the reason behind the fracturing of the once united front of the House of Windsor. The narrative around her is one of ambition versus tradition, a narrative that continues to unfold with each public appearance, statement, and project she and Harry undertake, challenging the very nature of what it means to be royal.